Noir is a very interesting runner as well, with the blinkers on for the first time. Martin Mead trains in Sheen Murphy taking the ride, and there are others worthy of consideration as well. Really good little heat, and we'll be back in plenty of time with betting news and live commentary. However, in the meantime, let's take a quick recap on the full result from Kempton. Their 6:10 race. Kempton 6:10, first number 3, First View at 7-1, second at number 11, Stanford at 9-2, third number 6, Lord Needin at 50-1, and all 14 ran. So it's a win for First View for the boys in blue. The first set of the silks carried by Hector Crouch, the winning jockey, although the bigger of the two Godolphin runners in the betting, the shorter priced of them, Yahayati, in the end, finishing well beaten off. But First View, who is a similarly big scopy sort, has really knuckled down there and no doubt has learned plenty from this debut performance to get the better of Stanford in at the closing stages in what was ultimately a bit of a blanket finish. The first handful of runners covered only by a couple of lengths or so. We'll be back on over to Kempton ahead of the 32 red handicap, which is due off at 6:40, and that race is to be run over the distance of a mile. It's a really competitive looking heat, this. There are a couple of absentees. Scratch the following: numbers 5 Wafi and also number 9 Lama. Yeah, welcome back. Over we go for the action at Kempton. Runners are down at the start here, and the next race, the betting is headed for this 6:40 by Cadre de Noir, who's in at 9-4, with Kuwait Currency at 3-1, Rectory Road at 5s, Attainment at 13-2, Aquavira 8-1, Romola at 9-1, Rousseyan at 25s, and Golden Wolf at 100-1. They go without numbers 5 Wafi and 9 La Machina, and Cadre de Noir is the favourite for trainer Martin Mead. Sheen Murphy takes the ride on this individual. Blinkers on for the first time, the lightest raced runner in the field. Kuwait Currency arrives in good form for trainer Richard Hannam. Pat Dobbs takes the ride. A horse who actually won a listed race when he was a 2-year-old, now a 3-year-old, but has been in good form of late, as I say. Attainment and Romola both come here attracting a bit of money, and they're looking for their third wins on the trot, these two hungry individuals. But this is a pretty hot affair for a Class 3. It's a really competitive heat as they try and load up Golden Wolf, who was last seen out over hurdles. First start on the flat today for trainer Tony Carroll.
This event is now in play.
With previous connections, Richard Hughes used to train. They're lined up, and they're off and racing, jumping away, and Cadre de Noir a little bit slow in getting going, but breaking out well in the early part at Kuwait Currency, with now moving through along the inside Aquavira, and Aquavira will tow them along through the opening half a furlong or so to in second position up around the outside Attainment, and they're being followed by Romola, and then racing next is Kuwait Currency as they settle themselves down. Back in behind runners in the early part of the race is Golden Wolf, and that one just on the tail of Rousseyan. Doesn't look to be a great gallop on here. Rectory Road is right at the back end of the field, just on the tail of Cadre de Noir. As up ahead, Aquavira turns right-handed out of the far side, has got currently 2 lengths in hand, over in second position at this point to the outside Attainment, and then back in third is Kuwait Currency. Racing in fourth is Romola, who's a little wider out of Rousseyan, who's against the rails. Then Cadre de Noir, who's at the back end of the field, together with Golden Wolf, and out a bit wider Rectory Road. They're down the home straight here. Aquavira is in front and now just shunted along to remain ahead. Leads up by a length and a half still from Kuwait Currency, who's about to deliver a challenge. Attainment down the outside, and then Rousseyan as they make the run towards the final furlong and a half, and Aquavira giving it a good go here from the front, but Kuwait Currency down the outside is now attempting to challenge. Romola is also digging in down the outside, and Cadre de Noir is getting going from a long way back. Inside the final furlong they go, and now Aquavira is being challenged strongly, and here towards the outside Kuwait Currency is beginning to get on top from Romola, and it's going to be Kuwait Currency under Pat Dobbs beating Romola. Tight for third, staying on Cadre de Noir down the outside, and Aquavira down along the inner.